Crass here on the ECU Coaches Show. We were just talking about Grant Boone. I said that Grant is in the Bahamas looking for the Golf Channel, doing a web.com tournament. I watched a little bit of it today online. It was about 80 degrees, beautiful sunshine, the wind was blowing, but he's living the large life in the Bahamas right now. So he'll be back here next Monday night, and I'm sure that the return to Abilene will not be as quite as beautiful as it is in the Bahamas. So we'll see what Grant has to offer next Monday. But joined by ACU assistant Ted Crass, who's in his first year on the staff. Welcome. I'm sure everyone's told you that, but just officially, welcome.
I'm not the new guy anymore.
You're not the new guy anymore. You're grizzled now. I told him he would be grizzled shortly, but you're not new anymore. But tell me a little bit about. Give us a little background. I know it, but give us a little background on Ted Crass.
I played for Coach Golding at Little Rock, formerly UALR. He was an assistant, and his last year as assistant went to the NCAA tournament. That would have been my redshirt sophomore year. Okay. And worked for Little Rock for the last 4 years before that. I was an assistant coach, director of basketball operations, head manager, video coordinator, a little bit of everything. And then when this job opened up and my former boss went to UNLV/Texas Tech, I came on down here with Coach Golding and been here ever since.
Your former coach is a former grad assistant at ACU. A lot of people know about Chris Beard. Tell me about working for Chris.
Yeah, when working for Coach Beard was interesting all the time. Obviously, the year we had made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, 30 wins, made it second round tournament.
Coach Beard and Coach Golding, a lot of like, they're very passionate. They're obviously good friends and have been friends for a long time. Tireless work ethics and really all about their players, players first programs. That leads into being able to coach them hard. And, just building a relationship with them and really, making sure they know you care and actually caring they both do.
Before we get into ACU, what was that season like last year to experience at Little Rock? I mean, you guys, 30 or 31 wins last year, and obviously made it to the second round of the tournament before you lost to Purdue. What was that season like last year?
Yeah, it was really special for me in particular because it was my alma mater and I've been there 9 years. And
they grew up in Little Rock, right?
I grew up in Little Rock, and we did the name change that year. Right. We put Little Rock on our chest, and so that was exciting. And seeing the guys that had been there through some of the tougher times, and our two best players were guys that had been there for 4 years. One was a junior college transfer, the other one had been there since high school, and just seeing those guys get to experience that. Because that some of them were my teammates 4 years before that, and just it was an awesome experience.
You kind of switched places with Solomon Bozeman, who was here for a couple of years. You obviously played with Solomon and knew him for quite a while. Tell me about Solomon and the kind of guy, your relationship with him.
Yeah, we literally switched offices. He's one of my best friends in the world. We talk all the time. And so I already knew about all these players before I got here, so it helped the transition a lot because I talked to him probably once a week. Same for him with our players. He made this transition pretty easy, and I'm obviously they recruited some really good players, and I've gotten the benefit of getting to coach them, and he's a great guy.
Has your role down here, how much different is it from what you had at Little Rock? I mean, I know you're probably more involved in the coaching and the scouting and that kind of thing part of it, or are you? I mean, I'm not sure what your role was at Little Rock compared to now.
Well, my role at Little Rock was different all the time. Everything I'm doing here, I did a little bit at Little Rock at some point in time in my 8 years. But here, I've been doing more scouting on the opponents, doing more recruiting than I was the last year. At Little Rock, I wasn't recruiting at all. Just a little more responsibility as you move up the totem pole. Every seat down the bench, it can get a little more pressure. And before I was giving somebody advice, they would give it to the head coach, and then they might give it to somebody else before they give it to the head coach. And now, giving it directly to the head coach, you got to really think about what you say, and there's a lot more pressure on those decisions.
What's been the biggest part of this transition for you, just in those roles and in what your responsibilities are now?
Hardest part, I guess, would just be being more comfortable with the players and our personnel, because those guys, I recruited those guys at Little Rock. I knew just everything they felt comfortable doing and everything they could and couldn't do as players, and really was able to put them in situations where they could be successful. That was the biggest thing here, is that when I got here, I wasn't just focusing on next year. I had to watch every single game from last year, really learn these guys, learn this team, and then the Sun Belt Conference I've been involved with for 8 years, and now I'm in the Southland where every game's new for me, every coach is new, and it was fun. Our two scrimmages were Sun Belt opponents, and I knew those up and down. But once we got to conference play, every game's new for me, and that's probably the biggest transition. It's just a different style of play.
Talk about conference play. You started 0-3, struggled, scuffling a little bit, lost it at New Orleans to start. A game you led by 9 and we ended up losing by 9. Then we go to Southeastern and lose, and then come home and play Central Arkansas and lose that one. But then you get back on track. Hopefully Saturday with a win over Stephen F. Austin, the team that's dominated this league the last 3 or 4 years. How important? Obviously, every win is important, especially when you're 0-3. But just the confidence you think that win Saturday gives this team moving forward.
Yeah, conference play is especially this year. I think through the first weekend, the teams that were picked by the coaches first or second started out, I think, 1-4 or 1-5 in conference, just showing the parity of the league that, I think anybody can win it this year. We're definitely not out of the race at 1-3.
Right.
And just how important that win for us was. Our juniors and junior college guys. We have 2 juniors, Isaiah Tripp and Drake Green, who've been here 3 years. Everybody else has been here 1 or 2.
Right.
They did a good job of just continuing to lead our team and making sure these guys understood that it wasn't over because of 2 games, 3 games. And you saw Saturday the fight these guys had, and that they came out like they still had something to fight for. And I think we'll see that again Thursday.
Really probably played the second half of Central Arkansas. Probably carried over into how you played Saturday. I thought that. Probably the best game you've played since before Christmas, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, we hit a little slump throughout Christmas break, and it's just getting out of our guys' routine. And I think we had 4 games in a row on the road, and just the lack of routine. Just I think that led into us having a little bit of a slump with just effort and our guys, just their energy, and getting back home has been good. It's always good to play at home. I think we had good effort on Thursday night. They hit some really tough shots. They had 2 players with 28 points. It was just their night. We were fine offensively. And then Saturday night, we really, really harped on getting back to our energy and our effort on defense. And our guys, responded. And, now we're back home. We got a routine going, and, hopefully it can carry over.
You got handled by Southeastern a couple of weeks ago, down over in Hammond. They come here Thursday night for a 7:30 game. What's got to be different for the Wildcats Saturday?
Yeah, our post-game talk at Southeastern was real short, and Coach Golding said the beauty of conference is to get these guys again. And we huddled up and got on the bus for our 10-hour ride home, and here we are. And we had a unique situation. We did a home in non-conference. We lost a tough one versus Charleston Southern, and we constantly put that score up on the board, and our guys really, really responded and showed with a lot of fight at Charleston Southern. That one was on the road. And, I anticipate our guys coming out with a lot of fight Thursday night. There won't be a lot of motivation necessary besides maybe the score. And they should. And our guys have been talking about it already this week that they're ready to get another shot at it.
And then Saturday, you get a much improved Lamar team over what we saw last year. We swept them last year here, and obviously won here, and then on the road late in the year. What's different about this Lamar team, or have you looked at them very much yet this year?
Yeah, I watched their UCA game as we were scouting UCA, and they're playing really, really hard. They do a lot of trapping, a lot of run and jump stuff, and our guys are really gonna have to do a good job of handling pressure with 1 day to prepare. But obviously, we're keeping our focus on Southeastern. And, a lot of the Saturday games this year, when we play on Thursday, just come down to energy and effort, like it did for Stephen F. Austin. If we can come out and play with a lot of effort, without a lot of days to prepare, we think we'll give ourselves a chance to win, especially at home.
All right. Hey, Ted, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.
Thank you,
and Thursday night, 7:30 against Southeastern Louisiana. That's a doubleheader with the women. Women play at 5:30 against Stephen F. Men at about 7:30, 7:45 against Southeastern. And then another doubleheader Saturday, 2 and 4. 2 o'clock women against Lamar, 4:15 with the men against Lamar. All 4 of those games are right here on 98.1. Ted, thanks. Good luck Thursday night.
Thank you.
We'll be back to wrap it up on the ACU Coaches Show in a moment. Back on 98.1 in just a moment. Appreciate it. Good job, Ed.
OnlyFans, man. I got my OnlyFans here.
There you go. Your fan.
Yeah, shout out, sure. I found a shout out.
There you go.
That brings me. Appreciate it, sir.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, man.
I wish I could say I had a choice.
Ted, I forgot to ask you who the pick on the football game.
I'll see you.
Who you got?
Alabama.
All right.
From Arkansas, man.
All right, I'll answer.
Well, that's the
Hey, Frank.
ACC.
Thanks, Frank.
That's the plan.
Did you just get some of that?
Yeah,
Is there enough left?
not really.
Okay.
There's a couple pieces of brisket.
You want to go ask the lady if we can get, is there like a free deal? Is that what it is?
Well, Julie paid for that.
Yeah, but don't they do like a free deal for us?
Yeah, let me go in there and see.